This is the 8th in a series of video-based lessons that will provide you with more practice formulating simple to moderate queries. We will start with some select statements involving joins of two or more tables, joining tables and grouping in order to provide summaries, and then examining union and intersect operations. We will conclude with queries that modify the table content, typically the purview of database administrators and developers, by covering the basics of insert, update, and delete statements. This material is covered in the last part of Chapter 4 in the textbook. The first query is very similar in the level of complexity to the one was just completed in the previous video. The two tables are joined using the cross-product style on a matching column with some additional restrictions on the resulting rows. The rows are then grouped using two columns, aggregate operations are performed, and the resulting summary table is restricted further and sorted for display. You can tell by the somewhat abstract and conceptual description that all 6 steps of the conceptual evaluation process are covered. Okay, so first of all, let us run the code and make sure that the sports database is selected. Okay, and then using Notepad, which you should open as well at this point. Let's open up in the fourth Query SQL folder, lectures for you, slides, videos for me. The first, MySQL4 _01 _complex _select _query, okay, which is completely blank. And then using the slide, type the following code: select gender, comma, state. So those are the two grouping columns. AVG of customer age, okay, as AVG age, okay, from, and this is the cross product style, or customer, comma, which is really times orders, okay, make sure you have the plural, where order date between, okay, in single quotes. Remember the format of the dates. First is the year, 2025 month, June day 1, so the beginning of June in 2001, and two double quotes, 2025 the end of the year is December 31st. Okay, so the last half of the 2025, three spaces for indent, and okay, and then you have the join condition: customer table and customer ID, its primary key, must match equijoin or natural join orders table customer ID foreign key. Okay, then we group by. Remember, the two must be in a group by, okay, in the same order: gender, comma, state. And then we're going to restrict this summarized table further with a having clause with a count of at least 20 for these gender state groups. Simple number 20. Okay, and finally we'll order by, okay, this average age descending. Okay, save the query, close it in Notepad, and then open it in Toad. Okay, and when you run it, oops, I believe we are in the wrong folder. Okay, and then when you run it, hopefully everything works out fine. You will see the 6 records, okay, for the unique gender state combination. There's only one female, Delaware, with the average age of about 37, and then several of these male state combinations here, with the average ages descending, as you can tell, further down from 37 down to 30. Okay, so what we want to do, right? We want to replicate this resulting table of 3 columns times 6 rows, right? With mostly male customers in their 30s that shopped quite a bit in that second half of 2025. We want to replicate this with access. Okay, so we want to switch to the lectures folder, and it is ACCDB4 for fourth lesson sports database we want to open, hopefully in the not in the read only mode. And then we're going to use the query design to create that same query using the customer add and then order add. Notice they're automatically connected tables. Okay, so what we do then is drag the gender, okay, as well as the state, which I believe is further down, onto the grid. Okay, then we add order date column to the grid, but we do not show it. Okay, and enter the date range criteria over here. Okay, enter the date range criteria, which I believe was between in pound symbols or hashtags. In this case, the any legit date format will do. Okay, and again, pair of hashtags. What is it? December 31st, 2025. Okay. All right. Then what we'll do is at this point we'll save the query so that I don't lose ACCDB4 underscore 01 underscore complex underscore query. That's it. Okay, we'll save that. Okay, so now what we need to do is click on the sigma big totals symbol to get the total row inserted, and it will show all four of them automatically grouped by. Okay, we need to change this designation here, although it apparently doesn't matter, to the where clause. Okay, continue by adding the age column. Okay, the age column and average as the aggregate function, and then remember, okay, to add, make it a little wider. I don't think it's actually necessary. I think it was avg age colon space to give it a more meaningful name. Okay, then right click on it to choose properties, which is going to cramp our view here a little bit, and then under the format, I believe it was standard with 2 decimals. Okay, with 2 decimals. Okay, close that. Save changes to the design. Okay, and finally add any column. Okay, any column such as customer ID, it could be fine. Okay, don't show it. All right, and then use the count. Actually, they do show it. Sorry, use the count for the aggregate function, and then rename. Where is it? Right here, and then rename this column as what? I think actually we're not going to show it. Okay, we're going to just put the criteria here in the criteria row greater than 20. Okay, that's the having clause. Okay. All right, save that, and I believe we have everything we need to run it and get the same 3x6, right, table. If we review the SQL, it's going to be fairly similar, not entirely the same, right? Gender, state, average age. You're going to use, of course, inner join form of the from clause rather than the cross product we've used. Okay, there's the condition on the dates, the group by in both columns, and the having conditions, right? So under that, again, excessive use of the customer table name and bunch of parentheses is literally the same. So what we'll do, we'll close this one, okay, and then we'll switch back to the presentation. Okay, the presentation, where are you? Right here. Okay, we're going to move to the next slide. We'll continue the examples of join operation with 2 tables. Okay, the first one described at the top, okay, joins 2 tables, okay, and displays only selected fields like first name and last name, and then shows, this does some sorting, and then you'll see that there are plenty of duplicates, and then we'll eliminate those duplicates shortly below that. So let's switch back to Notepad. Come on, baby, and then open it. Okay, open that second script. Okay, where are you? With this long name, MySQL4 underscore 02 underscore join, 2 tables with duplicates, right? So I don't have to pronounce all the underscores, and then we'll select, okay, first name, comma, last name. Okay, again, the cross product version of the from clause, where order date is again between, I believe is the same. It's not the same 2 days, it's different. It's 2 days in December 12, okay, 18, and it is the 20th. So let me see if I can just quickly copy, paste, change to 20. Okay, and we have then the join condition, which is customer.customer ID equals orders.customer ID that you've seen before. Okay, and then we are going to order by, okay, last name. So there is no grouping in this example. We're going to save this, close it, open it in Toad, and let's hope it runs. It should result, it should result in what? Let's see, 2 columns, right? 2 columns and 21 rows. 21 rows, right? But you'll see that John Brown, for example, at least there's, I think, 1 or 2 more duplicates. Okay, so what we'll do directly here, I think we're going to let's just open the third script, and then insert the distinct keyword. There's some kind of complaint here, but I believe it's still going to run. No, select name. Okay, let's see what's the problem. You have an error in SQL syntax in this line, which is clearly was pointed out before. Oh, it's not sort, it's order by last name. Oops. Okay, we'll run that, and now we'll get the same 2 columns. Obviously, notice there are no more duplicates. Now we have 18 records. Great. Let's close that, switch back to the presentation, and take a pause.